The topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Hi, everyone. It's Betty Ray bringing you the Archangel Raphael on this wonderful holiday season. As you can see, I've got a wreath and we've got poinsettias, live ones back there. And over here, we've got some artificial ones. And there's our lovely stained glass angel. We are so happy to be with you during this happy season. And we hope that you are happy as well. No matter what's going on in your life, dear ones, God is with you. Truly and truly, God is with you, for you are God in action. Everything is divine energy, and God is the divine energy. So you are God. Everything that exists, including that pretty wreath behind me, all of that came from the mind of God to inspire somebody how to create that wreath. And of course, I added some things to it too, because I was inspired to do that. All that inspiration to create, to make things beautiful, to be happy, all of those things come from the mind of God. Everything that exists comes from the mind of God. And that includes all the dark energy. Oh boy, that's kind of hard, isn't it? You're here, you can ask questions. All you have to do is type it in. This is live. You can just sign up here. And please tell your friends about it. We are here every Tuesday at noon, and I am with you on Thursdays at 11 in the morning, and it's a live chat as well. And don't forget to check out my webpage, Angel Betty Ray, ANDRAPHAEL.com. We have a lot of books that Raphael and I have done together that you can find on Amazon under Ask Raphael /Betty Ray. We've got a new one coming out. It's the one that we've been working on for, it seems like, forever. It's Ask Raphael, and it's by Raphael and Betty Ray. It's a question and answer. And I am so happy to know that it is finally being published. I don't know if it's out yet, but look for it in the new year. It's called Ask Raphael. All right. So today we want to talk about inner peace. This is a time of peace and reflection and a sense of joy. Now, because of the pandemic, people aren't feeling too joyful, are we? But when you take care of yourself, when you sort of stay out of the main fray, you always wear a mask, you're going to be okay. And if you're lucky enough to get the vaccine, fine. Then that's the way it is. But I don't expect I'm going to be getting it very soon. I'm not rushing out to look for it. I know that if I go out and wear a mask, I'm just as safe, and I will be always taken care of. So, this is such a wonderful time, everyone. When, even if you aren't giving gifts or acknowledging people, I've been so busy. I put on a screen room on my back patio, and it just got finished today. How exciting. And it was an expense, believe me, but it will be well worth it. It was kind of a Christmas gift to myself, and I'm just sending love to all of my family and telling them I'm thinking about them, but no gifts. So they're going to have to imagine that they helped me with this wonderful gift of a screen room, a porch where I can sit out. Remember, I'm in Florida, and even right now, it's in the 60s, I think. It's still chilly, but it's going to get up to the 70s either tomorrow, I think, or Christmas. It's supposed to be in the 70s. So, or I don't know. I don't pay attention to the weather. So today, we've been talking about the principles that Raphael has in his new book. And we decided to talk about non-judgment. Here we go. This is taken directly from the book. It's guiding principle number 6, non-judgment. Now, this is a tough one. You know, it's so hard not to judge others. Really, it is, because being human, we have a justice system, and some of us are very unhappy with our justice system, but that's going to get better. Yes, everything's going to be so much better after January 20th. Believe me, the energy is going to shift and change. Some of you are feeling it already. And I am hoping for the new president to come in and do the best that he can with the cooperation of our House and our Senate. It takes cooperation. It takes reaching across the aisle and offering a handshake, a willingness to cooperate. And that means non-judgment. And so Raphael says, the rule of non-judgment discourages imposing one's opinions upon another. Now let's talk about the difference between a fact and an opinion. A fact is something that can be proven through many different methods, not just one, but many different methods. It's not by word of mouth or hearsay. That cannot be a fact. But if it is an opinion, it comes from your feelings. It's about feelings. Facts are about something that you can document. You can have a backup to show that this is the truth. All right, so you're with me. The rule of non-judgment discourages imposing one's opinions upon another. Now, we've just been through a horrific battle of our political way of life. It has been so hard for everybody. And my heart goes out to all of you. The up and down and up and down and up and down. But it is settled now. It is settled. And even Mitch has said the college has spoken. Okay, so here he goes. This principle is hard for people who desire to serve others. Kind and sincere people can become most judgmental, believing that it is their duty to point out the error of your ways and perhaps to save you from your sins. Whoa. Now, we got preachers like that, don't we? Now, gossip can be defined as having an opinion about another's personality, clothes, work ethics, mothering or fathering skills, and so forth. It may be your opinion, but it is also unkind and demeaning. It becomes an unjust judging of another and places you as thinking you're better than the other or of being wiser and therefore beholding to point out the error of another's ways. Now, when Raphael and I do readings for people, let me make it clear. There is no judging. Raphael knows, as God is showing this archangel to share with us about you, Raphael knows that your heart is pure, that you only desire to do the best you can do. God knows your heart, and so does the archangel, and so does your guardian angel. God knows your heart, and that is what matters. What other people think about what you're saying, they may misunderstand. And sometimes you have to clarify, but withhold judgment about what somebody should or shouldn't do. Just don't. You're not their God, and only God can judge. And then God doesn't do that. God lets us experience being a physical being, a sentient being that is exploring the planet Earth. And the planet Earth has two polarities, positive and negative. And we have to explore all of that sometime in some lifetime. And if you are having negative experiences, if you're feeling a darkness around you, then I behoove you to listen to Raphael, who says to take a deep breath. Now that deep breath, dear friends, goes down to your gut. It does not raise your shoulders. It is not up here in your chest. It's down in your gut. So let's do it right now. Take a deep breath all the way down to your gut. Let your shoulders relax. And as you breathe it out, imagine that you are surrounded by angels. And as you breathe in again, imagine you are pulling in a rainbow. It is going all the way through. You're getting goosies right now because I am. And every one of your energy centers that are like a rainbow are just sparkling and spinning with divine energy. And it is lifting you up. You're beginning to feel lighter and happier because you are made of divine energy. You are God in manifestation. You're the arms and legs and eyes and ears of God while you're here. But God knows you have to explore the darkness as well as the light. And that's why God doesn't judge, because it's part of your training as a physical being on a planet. So don't judge yourself. Don't get mad at yourself because you screwed up or did something stupid. No, that's part of being a human being. We all do that. And in my 86 years, dear friends, I couldn't even begin to count all the screw ups. There's no chalkboard that shows this is a screw up and this is an okay thing. No, they don't do it that way. When I say they, I mean your council of elders that you are going to meet when you pass to the other side. And they're going to help you look at your book of life and look at this life from every aspect of it and know that they know you've done the best you can do. So stop judging yourself. First off, stop judging yourself. I hope we have somebody here that's going to ask some questions. So please don't hesitate to write in what you want to say. If not, maybe you can catch us at another time. But I do hope that you will learn to come in on Tuesdays at noon and on Thursdays at 11, because Raphael and I will be here to greet you no matter what's going on. And so today we are talking about non-judgment. I'm going to go on to read to you what Raphael says. So he's talking about gossip. It can be defined as having an opinion about another's personality or clothes, work ethics, their mothering or fathering skills, and so forth. It may be your opinion, but if it is also unkind and demeaning, you don't want to have an opinion. It becomes an unjust judging of another and places you as better than another, or thinking you're wiser than another, therefore beholding point out the error of your ways. Okay, somebody is coming live. I think I'm seeing the difference here.
Betty, it's me.
So everyone,
Are you seeing your comments on the side?
Comments. Oh, I didn't turn on comments. Thank you so much for joining us. And the first question, I'm going all the way back up to the top. I didn't do that. I'm still learning. You're never too old to learn, believe me. Okay. Do we all live in judgment? That's the whole point. Don't live in judgment. Live in love. Love is the only true emotion that there is. If you're in judgment, you're in darkness. Get out of it. God's not judging you. Quit judging yourself. And don't let anybody else judge you. Okay. So I'm going down to find the next question. How can people live without judgment? Well, there is such a thing as our courts. This is where we have it set up very well so that there will be a channel of 12 people, a group of 12 people that will be picked at random to be on a jury. And sometimes it doesn't get to a jury because before that you go before a judge. And that judge has earned his judge or her judgeship by studying law, by whatever. Sometimes they come by it as just part of their job. But they are there to pass judgment. They will listen to the case, they will hear what has happened, and they will give you either a pass to go past jail, or they will say you have to pay a fine, or they will say you will go to jail. And sometimes if you have a lawyer, the lawyer can talk for you. This is our judgment This is our judging system. And as you know, Donald Trump went through all of the things that he could do, taking his plea to the Supreme Court that the election was fraud and that he was ripped off. And finally, when the Electoral College went through and gave Biden all of those extra points, however they do that, it was not something that could be denied. And even Mitch McConnell has had to say that the Electoral College has spoken. So Biden is our new president. That's part of our judicial system. That's part of the way we have set it up, because we believe that our country is for the people, by the people, and with the people. You had the privilege of voting, of deciding who would be your president. And the majority of the people have voted for Joe Biden. So now we're accepting that. You're accepting democracy, not autocracy. Because if Donald Trump had his way, he'd be another Putin. And I'm not trying to be political. I'm giving you facts as Raphael shows them to me. This is a man who wants power and control. And he's having a terrible time of not being able to be the person to say, you're fired. So it's been really a hard time for him. So non-judgment is very hard for all of us. And we want to see judgment being passed on those who have broken the law. So we don't live without judgment here in the United States. And so why is there so much judgment out there? Because we want to put the blame on somebody. We want to know who's to blame for yada, yada, yada. And that's fair. That's fair. Because the thing we don't know is that nobody gets away with anything that is negative. They're always going to have to balance it with something positive. And so going down, seeing where I can find some more. Oh, the U.S. looks like a joke from our view. Oh boy. I imagine if you're another country, what we've gone through with our present president has been a joke. It's not at all like our country is supposed to be. And it's going to be better. There's going to be more respect for our country in the coming months. So yes, U.S. looks like that. The scales are not balanced in the Americas. They are not balanced yet, but we're working on it. And that will get better. It really will get better. Raphael told me quite a long time ago to watch for transparency in politics. This is before, well, maybe it was the beginning of Donald Trump, because he said, watch for the transparency in politics, and you will know it is the time of times of rejoicing, because the raising of consciousness will begin. Now, this is the good thing about Donald Trump being in office, about a dictatorship that was what he was trying to create, to make it so everything would go the way he wanted it to go. We needed to see that to appreciate our democracy. Sometimes you have to go from one extreme to the other to appreciate what you had and didn't recognize as being the good for all. So now we have proven to the world that our democracy works. And that's where we will be given. And here's somebody saying, spoken by a person who is one-sided and biased. No, that's not true. I am able to see both sides. I can see the dark and the light because Raphael shows it to me. So as I was saying, he said, watch for transparency in politics, and you will know it is the raising of consciousness. It's a good thing. The raising of consciousness means that you will begin to see truth as truth and lies as lies. Now, fact checking came about because of lies. And Donald Trump has been known to have, last I counted, was 17,000 lies, because he doesn't fact check before he speaks. He just speaks off the top of his head. And that's not biased. I am telling you the truth. Raphael saw this coming, and the good in it is that we will now be seeing things more clearly. And you need to give the new president-elect a chance. You have trusted Donald Trump, and God bless you. It was the right thing for you to do. But now, move into the future with a new president as part of our democracy, our democratic way. Okay. Yeah, we do have people that think I'm putting a spin on it, but it is the truth. And it is important for you to understand that it is what you need to do to be happy in this moment in time. It is what it is, people. Joe Biden is now the president, and Kamala Harris is now the vice president. And January 20th, it will be the law, it'll be the truth. And so if you're going to continue to fight it, then you are going to be an unhappy person. Be happy. Accept what is truth, not what somebody wants to make it truth by just wishing it away. And as you know, Donald Trump tried everything, every way, which way he could, went to the Supreme Court, and even they threw it out. He is now the ex-president. And then the 20th, Joe Biden, it's a fact, and Kamala Harris will be in office. And give them a chance. Open up your mind and your heart to new people running our government. And you will find that the world will come to respect the United States as it once did. It's lost confidence in our ability to rule ourselves. But now it's been proven that our democracy works. And so I'm putting a spin on it that is Raphael's point of view. And if you have a problem with that, then God bless you. Look at it any way you choose to. But if you're not happy with what we are saying, we invite you to find another channel, because we are going to speak the truth as Raphael gives it to us. And if that isn't comfortable for you, then please don't come back. I don't really want your negativity, and neither does Raphael. Raphael's not turning away from you. You can get answers from any archangel. And so this is not, okay, fine, you won't. Bye. Happy, happy holidays to you. Okay, I'm ready for more people to talk to us, and I don't particularly see it. Let's see. I'm going back up to where it was. I'm looking for more things. Did I miss something? Or have we just gotten that one person has shown the only corruption? Clearly, this is showing the only corruption. Okay. If you don't know what corruption is, for heaven's sakes, dear friend, then you are really walking around with blinders on. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who are corrupting the system because, like the people that were in Congress that actually had insider trading, they got the news that this was happening and they went ahead and did their thing, whatever it is, and they made money. That's called insider trading, and it's illegal. There's all kinds of stuff like that. I don't know where you're getting your information, but it certainly isn't the truth. And when you ask for the truth, it will be shown to you. And so I hope there are other people that are tuning in today that will have something about that. This is showing the corruption in the marriage. It looks like a joke. I got that one. Scales are not balanced. We got that. And anything else? Person who is biased? Yes. One-sided and biased? Not really. We are on the side of truth, people. This is Raphael who is talking with you, an archangel. And if you've had anything to do with us over the many years, Raphael and I have been together for over 50 years, and lots of
Betty,
people that come. Yes?
scroll back down. You covered those, but there's new ones coming up. Scroll down.
Okay. Scroll down. Way down. All right. All right. Thank you, Angeline. Happy holidays back to you. And turning you live from New York. Wow. And here you go. Angelina says, I agree with you, Betty Ray. Thank you. I'm so glad there's somebody else there. Know this. Good times are coming. We can say this from Raphael, who has said the energy is lifting. He predicted this before Trump was even being known as to who he was as a president. He said, watch the transparency in politics. And the transparency has proven in fact checking that this president has not been honest with us, that he spins things off the top of his head without any fact checking. And that's because, dear ones, he is a baby soul. Let's go back and look at what Raphael said about that. Souls come to experience the physical world, and their first experiences are horrific sometimes because they have absolutely no morals at all. They don't have any idea what a moral is in a human being because they've never experienced it. The first lifetime, total into what their needs are. Oh, okay. Angelina, thank you. She says, you have my support. Exciting times are ahead. We have to keep the faith. Oh, but this is so true. It's not only exciting times, but here we are with 2 vaccines for this coronavirus, and there'll be more. My son is even trying to work on the vaccine. He's a molecular genetic scientist, and he's put in a bid for being able to get whatever they call it, that he can do it. I haven't talked to him. I will this Christmas. But there are all kinds of people that are trying to save us. And that's what happens with this kind of stuff. When it comes out, it isn't God punishing us. Please get that clear. God does not punish us. God is helping us to have an experience in the physical. And let me say again, the soul does not have emotions. No, it doesn't. Your physical being has a spirit duplicate. It's your ghost, if you want to call it that. It carries your emotions. And you get a whole barometer from high ups there in joy all the way down to the rock bottom of despair. You're going to have to experience all of those emotions. Sometime, maybe you're older enough now that you have more joy than you have of the dark energy. And that's the way it is with Raphael and I. I have been so blessed to have an archangel as my guide. And let me tell you, when you learn to meditate, to let go of your fears and anxieties, take a check on that. Make a list of all your fears and then have a burning ceremony. You know, get a metal pan and go outside under the full moon and then burn all those negative things that are in you and intend yourself to rejoice and be glad and to experience the joy and the love that is God within you. Don't give in to having all of this negativity within you. Don't ever put yourself down or think you're not good enough. If somebody has said that to you, why, you just cross that off the list. God created you to create beauty and goodness in this world. And it begins with you loving yourself unconditionally as God does. It means that whatever, quote, sin you might have created, God's forgiven you, so forgive yourself. This is sometimes the hardest thing. I know it was for me. I never thought I was good enough. I was always pleading with God to help me to be all I could be. And yet, everything that I was, I didn't give myself credit. And now I'm learning to do that and to rejoice in the gifts that have been given to me. And that reminds me, I was going to show you something that's behind me. So let me back up. Here comes Santa Claus. This is a hooked being. It is hooked with kind of a velour fabric that I wondered if it would hook. I thought maybe it would unravel so much. It's on a wood base that my husband made for me, my second husband, bless his soul, he's in the other side now. And I was inspired to draw this on, there's 2 pieces to it, a front and back, and it is hooked on those pieces on flat. And then each one of these is material, and this pieces of glitter here. This was an inspiration that was given to me from God. One dear, I don't remember how long ago I did it, but this is just to let you know you have more creativity in you than you can imagine. Our little Santa here was a gift from God. It was an idea. And what is an idea? Well, it's abstract. It came as a picture, though. I often get pictures. And this picture was just like this. He's got a tree in front of him and he has a staff. You see the staff. And I knew the back just had that little thing behind it. And with the knowledge that was given to me and through spirit, we created this. I always say we because it's God working through me that creates this. Oh, thank you, Angelina. She thinks it's beautiful. And how do these pictures pop into you? I don't know. I know that in order to really meditate, you've got to get out of your left hemisphere of your brain. Remember, I was a teacher, and I knew that kids who were right brain were looking for diagrams. That's why kids who were right brain dominant could do diagramming of sentences better than kids who were left brain. And so I've learned that. I've learned to get into a meditative state where I get visions. They just pop in my head. And I go, oh, that's a great idea. Just like, I'll put this little guy down here. Just like the books. In my 80s, we now have two novels out there. And I laugh because I think it's a miracle that in my 80s, I have created two novels that are on Amazon. They're called Soulmates and Angels. And I'm working on a third one. It's been put away because there's been so many things that I've been doing other than that. And now I'm getting them out again. And I'm working on the thirds in the series. It's the Anita Lynn series. And it's about a young girl who's always been able to see her guardian angel and talk with her. And her adventures, she's like a Nancy Drew of the 50s because it's about my life too, in the respect only that I've always been able to talk with angels, but I didn't even know it until I was in my 40s practically. And I kind of put it aside like a lot of people do. But when you open up to your imagination, and I say this so many times, it is your imagination that is what is working for you. Trust it. And so that's how these ideas come to me, is that I am open to all of these. And Angelina says she does this too. She does meditation every morning and then in the evening now too. If all of you would do that, if you just get quiet and get happy, that's important because you've got to raise your emotional barometer out of fear and anxiety that you can't meditate, you don't know how. I remember when I first meditated, I was with a group of people and I'd never meditated before. I was an adult. I'm serious. I was an adult. And I was in a basement and they turned the lights down low and I'm looking around, everybody's got their eyes closed and they're all very serious. And finally I shut my eyes and nothing happened. And somebody saw me and they said, "Are you having trouble?" And I said, "Yeah, I've never meditated before." Believe it or not, I had not. I pray a lot. I pray a lot. I talk to God a lot, but it's not meditation as I understand it, where you get quiet. I didn't know how to shut up my brain. My mind is always, I didn't know how to shut it up. So the one lady said very kindly, "Well, just imagine that there's a white screen in front of you and you focus on that screen." So I said, okay. And I shut my eyes and I focused on this white screen. We happened to have a movie screen that we could pull down, so I focused on that. And I'm watching the screen and this little black fly is on the screen and it's walking across the screen. And I burst out laughing and it stopped everybody. And I'm so sorry. But I told them what happened and they all laughed and they said, "Well, try it again." So I did. And here's what happened. I suddenly had a vision of Jesus in his robes with his long dark hair. He was holding a pillow that was, probably at least 2 feet square, a black velvet pillow. He was coming toward me, and on the pillow was a diamond that was round, and it filled the entire pillow, and the cut part of it went into the pillow. It had faceted all the way over. It was brilliant. And what was brilliant about it, it wasn't light reflecting off from it. Light was coming from within it and reflecting out. I will never forget this. And then Jesus said, "Look closely at the diamond and know that every one of those cut facets are people looking out their window onto the world. And the diamond is God. Wow. We are like that. We're one of the facets, a window out of the mind of God. We are God in action. Wow. Okay. Angelina says that she does this meditation again, and so we are encouraging you also to do it. It is what will bring you inner peace. And so, dear ones, I don't know what time we have because I get so carried away, I don't pay attention. I still have time. It looks like it's only 12:22. So ask your questions, Angelina. I thank you for coming today. And I don't know who this other person is that asks about the pictures, how they pop into you, but that's what you do. To meditate, there's three things. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. One, you find a quiet place where nobody's going to disturb you to turn off your phone. Two, you do abdominal breathing. That goes down to your gut, relaxes you rather than tensing. Here's the wrong way. Watch. And it just kind of cuts off your throat and your tense shoulders. Wrong. That's shallow breathing. And if you do that too often, you'll pass out. So here is abdominal breathing. You don't see it. It just goes like this. And my gut moves. Try it. And if you have trouble, lay down on the floor and put a piece of paper on your stomach or on a bed. And then breathe deeply and you'll see your gut rise. Then stand up and place your shoulders against the wall so that you can't move your shoulders. And then breathe deeply and you'll feel what it feels like. Okay? I know I'm bumping this. I'm sorry. But that's abdominal breathing. That's a key thing in learning to meditate. Now, the second thing is to get your left hemisphere of your brain, which is always taking the facts and figures, and concentrate on relaxing your body. Curl your toes under and then let them relax. Lift your feet up from your heels, keep your heels on the ground, and then drop them. Then lift them up from the toes so that your heels are off the ground, and then drop and relax them. And then try to lift up your legs so that your feet are slightly off the floor, and then drop them. Tighten up your buttocks, and then relax it. Tighten up your gut, and then relax it. Tighten up your shoulders to your neck, and then drop them and relax them. Tighten up your fists, then let them relax on your lap. Tighten up your eyes, crunch them up, then let them relax. Feel your shoulders relaxing. And all the while you are concentrating on that, you are opening up the right hemisphere, which is your playful imagination. Be like a little child. Allow the images to come to you. Allow the images to come to you. Know that your angel is ready to give you an image. What do you see? Use your imagination. I see somebody who is looking at a Christmas tree. And the minute I say that, you can see one, can't you? I've got my tree up. It's filled with lights, thanks to my friend Terry. Okay. All right, private chat. I've got one person on a private chat. I'm going to look at that. Private chat. For maybe 5. Is that what I'm looking at? Do you know what? Can you help me?
5 minutes left.
Oh, thank you. I'll go back to the comments. Okay, we've got 5 minutes left. More questions, everybody. Okay, here we go. Angelina, any more questions? Oh, I hope there's more people here. I told one person to go away and not come back because he or she was much too negative, and that doesn't belong on this program. Do you feel the joy? As we're talking about this meditation, we're talking about relaxing your physical body, because when your body is tense, you are in a space of anxiety. And this is one way for people who have anxiety disorder. Do this kind of relaxation exercise, and you will find that you can get over that fear and anxiety. And if you try this and it doesn't work, then go to the doctor and get some help, because there are medications out there that will help you when you can't do it yourself. But we do recommend first that you learn to meditate in this way. Now, as I told you about my first experience, it turned out to be absolutely fabulous to have Jesus come and show me this magnificent, huge diamond. It was 3 or 4 feet in diameter. Can you imagine? And it was so faceted, it circled around almost into the pillow. And then Jesus said, "Look closely. You are looking through one of those facets, and your light is shining out from there. Are you lighting up that diamond that is God, or is your window dark? And if it's dark, dear ones, lighten up by laughing at yourself, laughing at the circumstances that are around you. And if they are circumstances that seem to be beyond your control, then get somebody to help you. There's always help. You can call us, you can email us at angelbettyray@gmail.com. We will be more than happy to set up a time when we can help you, Raphael and I. So don't hesitate, angelbettyray@gmail.com. We are here for you, and it's free. We don't have to have payment at this time. And again, we've been so blessed, so richly blessed throughout our life. We've been given the opportunity to become a teacher. Now we have that retirement income as well as Social Security. And so we have an income. And of course, we're grateful for anything that can be a little extra at this time. And so I'm so glad that our government is willing to share and to send you a check when I know everybody needs it. So more questions, anybody? So that's how these pictures pop into my mind. They do it by my going into my imagination. It may seem like just your imagination, but of course there's no diamond that big. That's my imagination, but that picture would never have been me. How would I ever think of a diamond that big? No, no, no. And why would Jesus be bringing it to me? No, that was a gift from God. And that was a gift from Jesus, that I could see this and know how oneness this diamond projected. We are all part of that diamond. And we can send light out from that diamond, or we can be dark. If you have fear and anxiety, ask for light, and it shall be given unto you, Jesus said. And so is Raphael. Ah, dear ones, this is your time to shine. This is your time to have something new and wonderful happen for you. So get giddy with happiness and say, thank you, God. I accept all your gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't allow yourself to have any negative thoughts. Just keep saying every day, thank you, God, that all my needs are met this day and every day of my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And always have that gratitude in your heart and mind. And if you need something, don't ask for money. Ask for what it is you need. And some of you need a partner, but sometimes you're thinking about a partner who will take care of your needs. Don't look for somebody to do that, because you will only be disappointed. You, as God does not create things for you, God gives you the visions and the ideas, and then it's up to you to do the creating, up to you to create. You are here to be a co-creator with God. And when you get an idea that may sound way out there, like writing a novel, don't say, no, I can't do that. You wouldn't have gotten the idea if it hadn't been God wanting you to write a novel. And when you do read my novels, you can get them on ebooks on Amazon, and it's called Soulmates and Angels. But do look for our new book, which is a conversation between Raphael and I. And it is answering all the questions that you have asked over the years. The radio show people, your questions will be answered in there. I talk about how these pictures pop into your head, and it is an exciting thing. And Angelina loves this great live show, and she is glad to be able to hop on and have to go. She has to go right now. Have a wonderful day. I hope you do too. And thank you for stopping even for a few minutes. Don't hesitate to ask for our help. angelbettyray@gmail.com, and we'll set up a time for you to be able to have a conversation with Raphael. And so our time is, down to 2 minutes. I hope you have a fabulous Christmas. We will be back on YouTube on Christmas morning at 11 o'clock. Don't hesitate to turn into YouTube, Ask Raphael /Betty Ray. And you will see us live again. You can ask questions again, 11 o'clock Thursdays, and it just happens to be Christmas Day. As you can see, I'm wearing my Christmas sweater. You can't really see it because it's got a lot of pretty birds on it, and it looks very Christmassy. But you can see I've got it behind me. It's the Christmas season, a time to be jolly, dear friends, a time to know that your fortune is in your hands. You are the creator. Trust yourself. Let go of any doubt that you cannot do it, and know that you are ready to go. Okay, where are we? We got time. I'm looking at private chat. I'm moving the thing and I shouldn't do that. Oh, bye everybody. We're past time. Come back again. Don't be sure to subscribe and come back again. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Bye now.